Just off the coast of New York, and a stone's throw from Montauk, lies Plum Island, a top-secret animal disease research center haunted by rumors of genetic and biological experimentation.
The accusation is, of course, denied. But in 2009, several events started to occur that show that there's much more going on Plum Island than we know about.
Another hybrid creature washes up on the beaches of Connecticut, followed by another in 2011. And within the span of a year, 2 more on Long Island. Are these shocking real-life photographs a glimpse inside the secrets of Plum Island?
There's absolutely no denying that this is real. This is happening time and time again.
And now, as the alleged evidence piles up on the shores of the East Coast, a rather sudden announcement is made. The facility will be closing, but have the secrets of Plum Island already escaped?
The secrecy surrounding Plum Island was so intense that scientists were being flown in and flown out. It was like the Area 51 for bioweapons.
Exposing the history of Plum Island reveals chilling facts that suggest the facility may host the development of what could be catastrophic biowarfare weapons, and that it might not only be animals they're experimenting on.
This is the definition of biosafety level 4. It involves diseases for which there is no cure. If one of those diseases would get out, it could be catastrophic.
How did we build one of the deadliest germ labs on Earth? We didn't. We hired the Nazis to do it for us. Coming up next, ties to one of history's most evil regimes sheds light on Plum Island's true purpose and potential.
This man was one of the Nazis' lead disease researchers during the war. And instead of prosecuting him, we offer him a job to run one of our facilities.
And later, we uncover the upcoming location of the new Plum Island. But be warned, it's closer than you think. Unsealed. Conspiracy Files. Welcome back to the world of conspiracy. This is Unsealed Conspiracy Files. 90 miles from the 8.5 million people of New York City lies Plum Island, an animal research center which may house some of America's darkest secrets. And it all begins with a history reaching back to Nazi Germany. Unsealed Case File. Operation Paperclip. Reims Island, Germany. Founded in 1910, it is the home of the world's oldest virological laboratory. And in World War II, was the home base of SS bioweapons research led by Nazi scientist Erich Traub. Under Heinrich Himmler, Traub investigated and experimented in unique forms of biowarfare for Hitler's army, including fatal diseases carried by biting or stinging insects.
Traub discovered that with the use of an infectious disease, you could put that into a tick and use that as a weapon in warfare. If you were to do that, you can drop that on your enemy and never have to put your troops into harm's way.
Traub and his bioweapons failed to turn the tides for the Nazis in World War II. But after the war, Russia and the U.S. gave top Nazi scientists immunity from war crimes in exchange for their services. One such specialist, Erich Traub.
Erich Traub was picked up by the United States government under its program called Project Paperclip. This was a program in which various Nazi scientists were brought to the United States and put to use.
Based on the design of Reims Island, the U.S. begins work on their own lab off the coast of New York. The Plum Island Animal Disease Research Center is opened in 1954. U.S. officials feel so strongly about Traub's knowledge and know-how of this type of research They even offer him a job as the director of Plum Island.
The one thing the Allies didn't want to happen was to have the Soviets get the jump on the Allies in infectious diseases. They smuggled trout out of Berlin into the United States.
The Nazis were brutal torturers and killers. Many of them were prosecuted at Nuremberg after the war, but not Eric Traub.
(1975). The small, quiet town of Old Lyme, Connecticut is home to 7,500 residents just east of the Connecticut River and is ground zero for a frightening new affliction. An outbreak of fever, fainting, psychosis, delusional behavior, and paralysis. The infection is the first of its kind, and it's named after the town.
Lyme disease is a very devastating nerve disease.
But most unsettling is how the disease spreads, through ticks. And just 25 miles downwind from Old Lyme, Connecticut, across Long Island Sound, is Plum Island.
This is Eric Traub's calling card. Documents from the National Institute of Health show that Plum Island has experimented extensively with tick-borne diseases. Was this a case of Traub's infected ticks escaping the labs? Or even worse, was the spread of this disease intentional?
While accusing a government facility of experimenting with disease on its own people may sound treasonous, it is, in fact, deadly accurate.